Hey everybody, welcome back to the Quarter Acre Homestead. This is Matthew, and today we're going to talk about how do you know when to harvest your potatoes. So we hadn't grown potatoes for a few years just because it seemed like you can buy them at the store for pretty cheap. But this year, because of the coronavirus and everything, and an opportunity came up to purchase some seed potatoes, so we decided to grow some this year. So we planted them way back in like April, I think it was, and now it is towards the end of July. It's like July 23rd, I think. And so our potatoes were about ready to harvest. So we actually went out and harvested them today. The interesting thing about potatoes is, how do you know when to harvest them? Because they grow underground, and above ground you have the plant. So that's what we're talking about today. So with potatoes, let me just tell you, I am no expert. I have grown potatoes. I think this is about the fourth time. And I'll tell you a few things that I have learned. So many varieties will actually flower. So you'll plant them, the plants come up, maybe around 6 to 8 weeks later, the plants will have little flowers up on top. And what that actually indicates is there are potatoes underground. The thing is, those potatoes are pretty small at that point. 2 to 3 weeks later, you could harvest. So your plants will still be green, but 2 or 3 weeks after they flower, you could harvest, and you'll get small, like new potatoes. And if that's what you're going for, you can harvest then. If you want mature potatoes, what you'll want to do is wait for the plants to actually start dying back. So you'll want the potato plants, they're green, you'll want to wait till they start turning yellow and then actually turning brown and dying. And then if you want to store your potatoes, what you actually want to do is wait for 10 to 14 days after the potato plants have actually died. And what that'll do is allow the potato skins to harden a little bit, and then they store a lot better. Okay, for our harvest today, we actually harvested it a little bit earlier. We harvested when some of the plants had died, some of them were still greenish yellow. And I'll roll a clip in here and you can see what our potato patch looked like when we harvested. This was just before we harvested, and we decided to harvest at this point. Well, one of the reasons was we are ready to plant something else in this bed. So we went ahead and harvested today. So I'll roll some clips in here and show you us doing that. And you can see we got quite a variety of potatoes. I believe these red ones are Desirae potatoes. Those are the ones that we purchased this year to plant. The brown ones were just from the store. We had some that were sprouting from the store, so we planted those. We got, as you can see, we got some nice sized potatoes, some smaller ones, just a nice variety. What did you guys do?
We got a lot of potatoes! And we did only half the... Yeah, and there were some like this tiny that were ripe.
So we did half of our bed, and this is about a 5 by 5 foot bed. We have that big bowl full. So we'll do the other half here in a little bit.
Sunflowers?
Those are sunchokes. They're not quite ready yet.
But there's still weeds in there.
So this is the second half of the 5 by 5 bed that we just dug out. Looks good.
And there's a worm in there, so I'm trying to feed it to Firebird. He loves the worms. What if there's still some more potatoes?
Well, we got as many as we could find.
Yeah,
and now we'll plant new veggies in here. Good job, guys. Thanks for the help. Another thing you depending on what variety of potato you plant, there's different times to maturity. Most potatoes are going to be somewhere between 90 and 120 days. Potatoes do love cool weather, so you'll want to plant them, but they don't like frost. So you'll want to plant them right around your last frost date. And if you live in a warm area, you can even plant them mid-summer for a fall harvest. So let me just give you a couple other updates. I'll show you our garden real quick. We don't have time for a full tour today. Maybe I'll show you some apples and a couple other things we've been up to real quick. So here's our garden. We have lots of sunflowers, lots of different colors coming here. We have green beans that are just starting. We've been eating lots of lettuce. It's been a cool summer here in Southwest Washington, so we've been picking lettuce clear into mid-July, and we still are picking lettuce on July 23rd. We've started getting zucchini, yellow squash. Our tomatoes have started producing. I think we've only got sun golds so far, but the others are coming along. There's our chicken coop. Chickens have been laying eggs now for about 3 weeks. The last 2 weeks, we actually got 60 eggs from 6 chickens, and actually only 4 of them are laying so far. So yeah, things are going well. I'll bring you in here and show you our green bean row doing well. I'll show you our corn. We let one artichoke go to seed right there, so it has a big flower right now. We'll see if we'll be able to harvest some seeds this year. Back behind it is our corn patch. Again, we have lots of sunflowers this year because we're hoping to feed them to our chickens. Another cool thing I'll show you over here, and actually one of the reasons we wanted to harvest our potatoes was so we could get these cool weather crops in the ground. So this is part of our starts for our winter garden. So we have here kale, dill, lettuce, turnips, beets, and broccoli, and maybe a couple other things. The dill isn't so much for cold weather, but the other things are. So we'll plant some of those in the potato bed. And we'll probably keep some in pots for a little while longer to be put in the greenhouse later on. So you can see we have lots of nice sized onions here. Onion bed doing great. Ooh, there's a big yellow squash that looks like it needs picked right in there. Yellow crookneck squash is one of my favorites. Fry it up with just some coconut oil, salt, and pepper. Atlantic giant pumpkins are going crazy. We have one that's grown clear over to the corner of our yard, like 30 feet over that way. Let's walk over here and look at our apples. So apples are doing great. Some of them are getting really big. So here's one here. You can see that's a nice size. That'll be ripe in about a month. So we've been pretty busy. One of the reasons we haven't gotten a lot of videos up lately is because we have been washing our house. We've lived here 8 years and we have not washed our house. So we actually used the garden hose and some rags and just scrubbed down our house. And we found some various issues we're going to be repairing, like down there, the siding rotting away. So we're going to be fixing all those and putting on a new coat of paint this summer. Let me just show you our final potato harvest right here. So again, Desirae and I don't know, probably just regular russet potatoes. Or maybe those are a yellow potato, I'm not sure. Something from the store. All right, so that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was helpful. Please let us know if you have any questions. We love hearing from you guys. Thank you. We have a couple new supporters on Patreon, so thank you for your support. Those of you that got the do-it-yourself Carolina chicken coop plans. Hope those are going well. We would love to see some pictures and video of your guys' projects. And yeah, so thanks for watching. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next video.